Saturday a show, watching the football, doing a commentary in the Glasgow Perthshire, in the middle of Postal, in the hood, real roots football for a live commentary. There you go.
I can't beat it. No, it was good. I was at the game. Yesterday, and the old Kev that sits beside us, mate. Oh, I'm going to spoil it now. If you're going to listen to this podcast, I do fucking apologise, but obviously the boys, like the Podfather match, obviously for the North, and they're Charlie Tully fanatics, mate, and old Kev seen, he was at the 7-1 game and all that. See the stories he was giving me yesterday, mate. You're just recording this and you're pinching your ass for the History podcast.
What 7-1 game?
With the 7-1.
What 7-1 game?
57 Cup final.
Who was there?
The whole guy that sits beside us at Celtic Park.
You're kidding.
His first game was at Celtic v Lanark in 1953. Right, and he was telling us, he was in Lisbon night, and he said, he's an older guy, right, really old. I'm not going to use a wee age, but he's an older guy, and his son goes with him, Kevin, lovely lad.
Well, he's not going to be less than fucking 70 if he's an older.
No, he's a lot older, mate, so I asked him a wee question, and it might drift, he'll just start talking 5 minutes later. So I'm sitting with my phone just trying to record him for the History podcast. So he just starts talking, and he said, I remember Lisbon, Stevie, and we get by the first turnstile sort of thing. I went, all right. He says, and we got a hill and there was all these statues, and they said, we'd all been drinking wine all day. He said, he starts cleaning up the statues and moving about. And he said, sort of realised time was getting on, and we walked down, and we just seen that there was a second turnstile there with armed police and soldiers there, and they couldn't find his ticket. And he said, he'd go all the way, he'd phone for Glasgow, £25 in the plane straight from Glasgow to Lisbon, and he said, fucking hell, can't I get in? And two of his mates had to start dummy fighting to distract them so he could jump over the fence and get into the game, you know?
Yeah, smacking up. You got to get his number. Smacking up Lager, get him in there.
So he did that, and then we're talking, and just talking about Charlie Tully and that, and he said, I remember Charlie Tully. He said, fell out with the ref, just went down, shaked everybody's hands, and walked down the tunnel, and he was fined by Celtic. And then he said, he used to work in a pub up in Party, and he said, there was a boxer at the time, and he used to train with Celtic at Barrowfield, and he said he was sneaking in the bottles of wine for the players. And so they could all have a baby and they get caught, mate. And I've got all this audio on it as it's honestly, mate, the years I've been coming on your show, mate, are just brilliant. You know, I'm blessed to fucking interact with you. You're a fantastic man. But with this history stuff, mate, and I've recorded, like, you know, teenage kids right up to guys in their 80s. And I recorded old David that sits with us. As you can imagine, older gentlemen, they're quite sheepish about it. And he starts talking about, he said, I remember Celtic v Dundee, Dens Park, 1948. Was it Jock Weir? Jock Weir got a hat-trick, otherwise Celtic would have probably get relegated. And I'm getting all this audio, mate, and it's just fantastic. So see anybody that's, and don't get me wrong, I know Edo's probably listening and that, and then the guys that listening, I've fucking my supporters list, mate, I've just interrogated them all. So if you're sitting there, see if your dad, your ma, your uncle that went to the games, record them on the phone and get them sent into that fucking the Lost Boys, mate, because it's timeless then, you know. I mean, the other stories he was telling us, I just started asking.
You interrogated them, what's your name? Fucking Chief Inspector Faggot.
Oh, yeah, you fiending focus. That's a butcher.
But no, Chief Inspector Faggot interrogating them all.
He said, they were talking away, and I just started mentioning players, and I said, who was the best debut you were ever at? And he went, Bobby Collins. He says, we beat Rangers 3-2. He says, he terrorised them, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, recording on this. And I said, talk about terrorising. That 3-0 game posted by St Sixtus the other night. I mean, talk about terrorising. I mean, that's an up-to-date version of terrorism by fucking Paul McStay, Willie McStay, Davy Provan. I said to him about the 7-1 game, and I said, how did you feel getting into that? And I said, I was at the 5-1 game, and obviously we had Dr. Jones charging, we weren't expected to win that, and I was away when the 6-2 was on, and And he said, oh, it was a day game, son. He said, I know maybe we won the, he said, the 5-1 game was at the Blue. He said, but you're walking into that 7-1 game. He said, I'm not expecting anything at all. And I said to him, I said, Jock's team came, and I said, within 2 years you've won the European Cup. And he just sat and went, he said, but a lot of it, the stories he's telling us is a lot down to the Kellys, you know, like Bertie Auld getting chased at the club by them, and players obviously going to chase their money. But I was talking randomly after I was showing Fallon and all the rest. He showed us a few different players, and then it just went like that. I said, Joe McBride, any good? And he said, he signed him, and he never scored his first 4 games, and then he never looked back, and he scored 30 by Christmas. And I went, all right, and he went, I was off through school with Joe at St Gerard's and Govan, and it's just, every time, Tommy, the people have recorded, and the boys, don't get me wrong, I'll let the boys hear something before they get sent off, but you're recording this stuff, right? And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know what I mean? I've had Green Brigade boys, I've had guys that wear suits. Old Jimmy that runs your bus, his first game was Steen's first trophy in 65 against Dunfermline. You know, his favourite player was Harry Hood. It's amazing how, guys your age, probably, fuck's sake, I recorded you walking down the Duke Street. Remember that day we were going to the game after we'd been at the Thomas Rannikin rally down at Govan Cross, mate? So no, it's been...
Did that get put out, aye?
Well, hopefully, God willing, Chris is getting the next instalment / chapter out any time soon, mate, you know. But it takes him 24 hours of solid editing to get that show put together. You know, that was the only reason I remember back, I heard the first episode and I sent my wee 2 minutes worth in. And I texted him one night, I said, listen, fucking that's brilliant. I said, is it anything you need? And he said, I really need stories, you know, people's stories about supporting Celtic and wherever I've been. And, you know, I'm lucky enough, I've interrogated everybody. There's guys like me and Oran who have no got yet. But some of the tales and the stories, mate, you know, we are acted in we are a storytellers, and these stories are guys for the supporters buses drunk and all that, mate, you know. But the older guys, you know, I remember talking to one of the boys involved with the Celtic Graves, and he told me that they had a couple of really old guys to interview for research purposes, talking about older players that were doing a ceremony over. And they kept, like, as you do with everything in life, they kept putting it off, saying, oh, we'll do it next week. And I think the two older guys died within a fortnight of each other. And they had lost that wealth of Celtic knowledge, mate, you know. And you look at that night, we were in the Capella Chapels for the 125 Mass, and you remember the old lady God rest her soul, the oldest probably Celtic supporter on the planet. And I'm like, imagine they'd have got that wee soul for an hour. I mean, she'd seen them all, you know what I mean?
I know.
You know, you're talking about, you see boys like Joe Wedley going, and I wish Joe were at this. I mean, I loved him, he's a great wee player. But you see them up so loosely thrown about like legend and all that, and you think, I mean, it was quite funny. I was sitting with old June the other day, and I went, how does this team compare in the football? And he went, oh, fucking shit, son. I said, what about Chris Commons? Not a bad player. I said, how is he compared to Charlie Tully? And he went, can you lace his fucking boots? And that was it, mate, you know, and that should put in your fucking place, you know. But it was interesting. I asked him about Fraser Foster, and I went, he's a keeper, isn't he? I said, who's your best ever keeper you've seen at Celtic? And he said, Arthur Boric. And I asked him about Ronnie, so I said, what about Ronnie Simpson, for fuck's sake? And he went, Arthur Boric, best I've seen. You know, mate, so you're sitting beside these older guys and you're sitting there going, fucking hell, this guy's been here for, and listen, it's probably guys sitting in and their granddad sitting fucking a Maitland and never talked to him about Celtic or whatever, and fuck's sake, so that's been brilliant, mate, you know, and I know I'll probably come across when I'm on various shows fucking rattling my sword, being fucking sacked the ball and all that shit, but, you know...
Sword? No, that one any sword about here. We're a green activist, pink activist.
All right, my
fucking violence here.
My green fucking organic lightsaber, and I'll make it kosher. But no, when I've recorded,
you're shocking.
When I've recorded the men and women, one of the ladies, Carol, I recorded, and Her first game, Tommy, it was the fucking 10 men win the league. She was a 7-year-old in the jungle, for fuck's sake. You know, and it's the one thing, it's, you start talking to people about it, and the older they are, you know, you can just see their eyes just fucking flash back to their first time at the fucking game, mate. It's unbelievable, pal, you know, it's been some journey. I mean, I think we'll just be coming up to the latter part of the 90s now with the next podcast, and then there'll be a few more to go, mate. But it's funny, I mean, obviously, our mutual friend, Glasgow Road, and I was talking to a couple of Nibbles and Stevie's bus, and they were technophobes, and now they've started getting into the history podcast, mate. You know, there's nothing like it for me. I mean, obviously, the calls you've done, I mean, as I've said to you, we've talked all fair and all that. I mean, the Sandaza one and all that, just fucking genius, mate. But for longevity of the history of the club, and if you do the Celtic Graves tours at the one at London Road at St Peter's, and you see like the history of the republicanism and the socialism and the left wing politics involved with Celtic, its whole fucking life to what's happening now to it, you know. And that's not me having a dig at anybody involved with the club at the moment, but you know, there's this seamless line of what the club's always been about. So I think so, no, mate, it's all good. So but I go to the games now, and you're sitting there going, fuck's sake, I've not interrogated him, I've not got her sort of thing. So I will wait and see. I've still got a few folk to get killed, you know.
Have you ever thought of going up to a Cyndi Lauper and saying, excuse me, Ossifer Dibble, can I just get you here for 5 minutes to talk about this FAC? Can I ask you, your superior, is he directing you to target innocent Celtic fans and jail them? Because I think this is the case, Ossifer Dibble. Please, we're on candid camera. Or the one I wanted today was walk up to the fannies, holding the foot, and I was close to doing it. I probably get carted away. The only thing was, I was wanting to do it with a different phone so that when they took my fucking phone away. But I was wanting to go up and while they're videoing people singing Roll of Honour, go up and then do a commentary. They're going, and this is Tommy Gold, we're standing here next to Cyndi Lauper 1 and Cyndi Lauper 2. So Cyndi Lauper...
Well, I mean, obviously that's the other thing. I believe the boys for FAC were on the Homeboys tonight, and hopefully man of the organisation will be on Celtic Dreams on Friday night about the Roll of Honour thing will be released on Sunday.
Yes,
you know,
that's what I might do then. There you go. I might walk up to the cup, but nobody's singing the fucking song. There's nobody there with a camera. They don't stand there with the camera anymore, don't they? No.
Right, I mean, the camera's never away. But I was going to say is,
well,
if everybody's
nobody singing Boys of the Old Brigade, is there? Or nobody singing the Roll of Honour?
Oh, you never know. But if everybody downloads that song and goes to the game the following week, and everybody holds their smartphones up and starts playing it in the 10th minute, what are they going to do? Because you're playing something, personal music, on your personal device that's been bought from a UK store.
And everybody's to start downloading it from the Sunday, I think it is.
I think I've seen somebody interacting on Twitter saying that if you're in America or Canada or Australia, make sure it's the UK iTunes you download it from, so it only affects the UK charts, because if you download it off the American charts, it's obviously going to acknowledge in the UK market sort of thing, you know. So it'll be getting launched.
We'll get it going. We might break in the American market, we might take it fucking global. Imagine it, the Billboard 100, fucking Casey Kasem. Casey Kasem.
No,
fucking Roll of Honour.
There's the event on Friday night in the Cools, and then the Saturday after the game. It's sold out now. If you're going to have a good time, there's a Green Brigade fundraiser up instead at the CSA. That's on 15/7, and then the Roll of Honour thing goes out on the Sunday, mate. So that should all be good, mate. You know what I mean? Hopefully it'll highlight. I know there's a few folks you know, well, you know, I'm not a big fucking Republican person or anything like that, but as I always say, I respect the views of anybody standing at a football ground to be political or saying what they want within reason, sort of thing, mate, you know.
And how's the Lithuanian gay political scene anyway these days? Is it Republican Lithuanian gay scene? Is it kicking off?
I think it's quite ironic, the fact that, I mean, we just celebrated their earlier last month, in fact.